Today we're answering a question. Does Allstate Insurance offer flood insurance? This is a question we get every day here at the Flood Insurance Guru. People wanting to know if they can purchase flood insurance through Allstate. So we're going to answer that question today. We're going to talk about pricing, we're going to talk about coverages, and we're going to talk about available options. So first of all, let's get started on simply the question of, does Allstate offer flood insurance? Yes, they actually offer it a few different ways. Now, Allstate is what's called a write your own carrier. This means that they are a third party that helps administer policies through the federal flood insurance program. Now, this can help come claims time because you're dealing with this third party company instead of going directly through FEMA. Write your own carriers can be very beneficial to a customer during claim time. In doing this though, what coverages do they offer? They offer, just like if you go anywhere else, they offer building coverage like on this residential property up to $250,000. $100,000 on contents. But remember, you cannot get replacement costs on contents here in 2024 on that federal flood insurance program policy. On a commercial policy, you can get up to $500,000 on the building and $500,000 on business contents coverage, just like you can with any national flood insurance program policy. Now, it's important to understand so that you don't waste time and money. No matter where you go, these policy rates should be the same as long as they have the same coverages and the same deductibles. That way you can save yourself a little bit of time if you're trying to shop around some federal flood insurance program policies. Now, there is an exception here called a policy assumption. This may be where you had a policy transferred to you or you transferred to someone else that's been in place a long time. This might have a special rating on it that's not available with a new policy. I know because I did that myself more than 12 years ago when I bought a house in a flood zone just like this, and my rate was $300 instead of $3,000. That can be a very beneficial there. Now, it's important to understand though, if you're going to go through this process and you're transferring from one buyer to the next on this Allstate policy, it has to be with another Allstate agent or directly through Allstate. You couldn't go to another insurance company and have them do a policy assumption because this policy is through the write your own company with Allstate. Now, you could transfer it to another carrier at renewal, but you couldn't do it in the middle of the policy. So it's important to remember that if you're looking at that. Now let's talk about options. Allstate Insurance is very unique. They offer federal flood insurance program. They also offer some private flood insurance solutions. This means that unlike other companies, you may be able to go to Allstate and look at a policy through the federal program and look at some private flood insurance solutions that might provide more building coverage than that $250,000, more contents coverage than that $100,000. You may even be able to get replacement costs on your contents on that private policy. And you may be able to get something on additional living expenses that the federal government does not offer. What exactly is living expenses? Well, imagine if your house like this floods right here and you need a place to live while it's being repaired. This is where living expense would kick in. And I'll give you an example. We actually had a customer back in 2018 when they had a lot of lake flooding in Nebraska, and she was the only person on her block that had a private flood insurance policy. She had a hotel paid for 6 months while her neighbors did not because they had that federal flood insurance program policy. Imagine the financial burden that was taken off of her because of this. So these are some benefits that you may be able to find on a private flood insurance solution that Allstate is offering you as a customer. Now, if you want to learn more about the difference between the National Flood Insurance Program and private flood insurance, click up here in the corner of this video and we break down some of the differences for you. If you also are looking at maybe, hey, how do I cancel a federal flood insurance program policy? You can also click up here in the corner to watch our playlist on all of the FEMA cancellation reasons. And there's a lot, usually almost 30 of them. But you want to make sure that you qualify for a right one, because many times we see people trying to cancel a policy midterm that maybe go to a private solution, which FEMA does not allow right now, except for special exceptions. So I want to say thank you for watching our video. And does Allstate Insurance offer flood insurance? My name is Chris Green, president and owner of the Flood Insurance Guru. Thank you.